A no-confidence resolution against Prime Minister Khan was not allowed to be voted on by the National Assembly Deputy Speaker Qasim Suri, citing the Pakistan Constitution and norms. The Punjab Assembly adjourned Sunday to pick a new leader. Deputy Speaker Sardar Dost Mazari adjourned the Assembly without electing the Chief Minister. Following the judgment, the opposition raised anti-government chanting in the House. For the second day, journalists were barred from covering the proceedings. The session began an hour and 25 minutes late, instead of at 11:30 am, and lasted barely 6 to 7 minutes. It may be the Assembly's shortest session. After the adjournment, the opposition gathered in front of the Speaker's dais, and a fight broke out between the government and opposition benches. Earlier, the PTI nominated Pervaiz Elahi of the PML-Q, while the United Opposition chose Hamza Shehbaz. The Abdul, Aleem Khan and Jahangir Tareen factions backed Hamza. However, the Assembly administration turned off electricity and water supply to washrooms, causing PMLN members to protest and try to access the Chief Security Officer's office. Rana Mishud urged the Assembly Secretary to restore ablution water and turn on the AC and lights. According to Sardar Mazari, the Punjab Assembly had 138 MPAs, and the administration ordered the Assembly personnel not to let them use the washrooms. He said Pervaiz Elahi and the authorities had barred them bringing iftar stuff. If the situation is not handled, the government is responsible, he cautioned. Many Assembly members, notably Khwaja Imran Nasir, criticized the Assembly employees. They had to break their fast at night. Also present were members of Jahangir Tareen and Asad Khar. On the day the Punjab Assembly was to pick a new Chief Minister, Prime Minister Imran Khan unexpectedly ousted Chaudhry Sarwar as governor and replaced him with party veteran Mir Sarfaraz Chima. Chima, a founding member of the PTI, has taken the oath of office. The oath was delivered by Lahore High Court Chief Justice Amir Muhammad Bhitti. Afzal also read the presidential notice before the oath. Acting Chief Minister Sardar Osman Buzdar, MPA Raja Yasir Humayun and others were present. However, Chaudhry Sarwar accused Osman Buzdar of significant corruption. He added Pervaiz Elahi had told the senior leadership he would lose the election if the Punjab Assembly was not convened on April 2. Pervaiz Khattak, in the presence of 8 party members, pushed me to summon a Punjab Assembly session on April 3, against Prime Minister Imran Khan's request. I told him I was leaving. The party, including the federal cabinet, opposed Osman Buzdar becoming Chief Minister, but they kept quiet out of allegiance to Prime Minister Imran Khan. It's a shame he couldn't identify a single PTI candidate deserving of the office of Chief Minister. I opposed Pervaiz Elahi's nomination, he continued. Sarwar's life and death were linked to Pakistan. I shall make future political decisions with party assembly members and workers. No one doubts Pervaiz Elahi's nomination as Chief Minister, notwithstanding Imran Khan's denial. He's been threatening our party and administration for 3 years. The PML-Q's dominance in Mandi Bahauddin, Gujarat, Chakrwal, and Bahawalpur is equivalent to a province. That is Imran Khan's choice, thus we have tolerated it. A great plan against the PTI administration was to make Osman Buzdar the Chief Minister, stated the former governor. During his presidency, bribes were used to appoint DCs and other officials. Workers and assembly members were humiliated. Everyone may see Punjab's road and other sector conditions. Sarwar said that every nation has the right to an autonomous foreign policy, but we should not oppose anybody, including Europe and the US. We need improved bilateral relations with all nations. We must not forget Saddam Hussein and Muammar Gaddafi, he said. Sarwar said he would not keep mute if the PTI abused him. I too have numerous heart secrets. I still want Pakistan to prosper. Pakistan is my life and death. In discussions with party workers, assembly members, and Pakistanis living abroad, he refused to sign the letter presented to him by Pervaiz Khattak, claiming it was unlawful to convene the parliament and accept the chief minister's resignation without due process. He admits signing the paper was a mistake and was fired as a result. He further said the appointment of Osman Buzdar was part of an international plot. Jahangir, Tareen, Shah Mahmood Qureshi, Fawad Chaudhry and I all aspired to be CM. Corruption reached its peak under Osman Buzdar, when DCs and ACs solicited bribes for postings, horrified the PTI community in Pakistan and abroad, he said. Suri was accused of causing a rift in the party by opposing Pervaiz Elahi. Most PTI MPs know him well, and he allegedly used his influence to help PMLN candidate Hamza Shehbaz. Suri, on the other hand, argues he refused to violate the law or the constitution.